people can lift cars with a baby under it, I should be able to snap a leopard's back in the heat of the battle. Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Picture your son in the leopard's mouth, like, help me, Dad.
Yeah. But I tell you, man, I'd be
right.
yelling at him about, like, I told him 5 minutes ago that we needed to leave. I would find a way to be like, I told you so!
If you had to be an animal, which animal would you be, Tom? If you had to be an animal for like, and it's just 20 minutes, you get to come back as a human. It's not one you had to live the rest of your life. You get to experience it. Which animal would you be?
I think I'd be a little indoor-outdoor cat. Meow.
Yeah? Why?
Yeah. They can sort of be indifferent to other people and still be loved.
Yeah. Which is probably your life goal.
I hadn't really thought about it until just now, but yes, like that would. And
you don't have to reciprocate love and affection.
That's right. You don't have to say goodbye. You don't have to. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You can do Irish goodbyes are easier as a cat. Yes.
And you can just come back over at any point and be cuddly and
yeah.
and get attention, and people are like, "Oh, this cat, I love this cat."
Tomcat.
Sure, wish it loved me more. You know what I mean? And then it goes away. Like. And then you could get fed. You could go in and out basically at will. You can hunt a bird or a squirrel or some shit. You know what I mean? That'd be fun.
It would be pretty fun.
What kind of cat? Not a bigger cat in the neighborhood. Or
yeah.
something.
What colors would you be? Would you be a black cat, white cat, calico? I think if you're a calico, it means you're a girl.
I don't know.
You don't know what color? I'd probably be a black cat. They're pretty cool.
Yeah. Why? What makes them cool? The bad luck?
I got a black cat. Because they can, I don't know. I like that they're thought of as bad luck, but they're just cats. Yeah, they don't do anything wrong. Yeah.
Cats are really bad luck if you're a bird or a chipmunk.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
I'd probably be a gorilla.
Gorilla? Really?
Yeah, I'd go gorilla if I could be another animal for like 20 minutes.
I think I could change my answer 8 times on this and find a reason to be almost any animal. I'd like to be a seagull. I'd like to be like a bird
seagull
that
would
can
be
just
good.
Fly low, but I'd want to be Jonathan Livingston seagull. I wouldn't just want to be like a regular seagull.
I might be the dumbest guy in the room right now. I don't understand that reference.
It's an old reference, but it's Jonathan Livingston seagull's a book. It's about a seagull that flies differently than the other seagulls, and they sort of are like, "Hey, don't do that." And he's like, "What are you talking about? This is awesome." And a seagull can't go up that high and do a dive for blah blah blah. And he's like, "Yeah, we can." And then he does it, and then he gets sort of banished from the flock for doing it differently and flying on his own. And then he realizes the more he does that, the higher and higher realms and realities he reaches. You know,
cool.
And it's like a.
So it's like Rudolph.
Sort of. It's more of a metaphysical.
Yes.
Like there's all these different universes that you can go through.
I'm gonna add that to my list.
It's all within you, and you can read it in like you could read it at the airport if they had it. You know.
Yeah. I hope the pilot doesn't read it.
That guy's a good author.
Yeah.
Richard Bach.
I'd just be a regular mountain gorilla.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I'd want to be the leader though. I wouldn't want to be the beta guy or whatever it's called. I'd love to be, but I'd be a good leader.
What makes you think you'd be a good leader?
I don't know. I'd go find coconuts for everybody and stuff, and bamboo.
Is that what the gorilla leader does, or is he just
protects
gather
them.
the women around him and send guys off to get the bamboo?
Yeah, he protects them and stuff though. You do little stuff like that. I like how I opened my mouth to try to do it like them, like it was gonna.
I don't know enough about animals to know, like, does the leader of the pack, the alpha, whatever it is, does it?
Yeah, he's just the biggest guy, biggest.
But does he work the hardest and be like a leader with
I
ethics,
doubt it.
and that's why they put him up there? Or is he
I
just
doubt
the
it.
guy that's like, get me bamboo, and then the rest of them get it for him or get the shit beat out of him?
I don't know his platform he runs on, the gorilla leader, but I doubt it's one of loving nature,
I don't know. That's what I mean.
I mean, it could be. I don't know.
Once they're leader, are there different types of leaders of gorilla clans, or are they?
Yeah.
We need to get, what's her name on here? What's the lady's name that went and lived with the gorillas?
Jane Goodall.
Jane Goodall. Is she still alive?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, she's probably not. I should TikTok Jane Goodall.
Yeah, TikToker. I'm sure she has.
There's people that have been influenced by her that are still studying gorillas.
Yeah,
dude.
she's still around.
Yeah.
She's been knighted. She's a dame. She's Dame Jane Goodall. That's cool.
she's one of those people that made like a huge difference in the world by being who she is. Another admirable person. I wonder if that'd be interesting to talk to somebody like that about our dumb gorilla questions. But I am interested to know if, like, in these different gorilla, whatever the species, if there's different types of leadership within a species, or if they all are just. My impression is once they're leader and they're the big dude, they're just like lazy, and everybody kind of
tends to them,
or everybody else kills the thing, and then he walks over and is like, "Get away from it till I'm done." You know.
Here comes, move away, little piggies. Here comes the hog.
So I wonder if that's true, or if that's just a stereotype I have in my head.
I don't know. I think it's just you're the biggest one, and you can protect us, and we'll go get your bamboo, but please don't let us get attacked.
So you would be one of the most noble gorilla leaders.
Yeah. I'd be all about it until one like started to hit on me, and then I'd be like, all right, I'm going back to human now, because I don't want to be disloyal to my wife with a. Also, that's gross. But I'm sure if you're a gorilla, you got the thing in your head that's like.
Yes. A lot like in marriage, I don't think the harems of gorillas are hitting on the head gorilla. You know what I mean? I think it's more a lot of like, when he's ready.
That's true. But, I mean, they could. I mean.
Maybe not.
I bet they do. I bet he doesn't get leader for nothing. They probably want to have his baby.
I think
they get better protection.
I don't know about gorilla, but I think there's a lot of species of.
There's a pretty low glass ceiling in the gorilla. You know,
maybe, but I don't know if gorillas are like a lot of other species where once the woman is ready once the female is ready to mate. Yeah. Like the other whatever have to like do crazy dances to show they're the best. You know.
Do that dance again. It's just a gorilla burst through the wall right now.
This is not gorilla. This is like some sort of bird that's opening up all his colorful feathers and doing like a weird mating dance. Yeah. And that's actually how I dance.
Yeah, so. That's how you met your wife, right?
Yes. Yes. So I'm saying, I don't know. In a lot of species, I guess, then it is sort of the woman's picking. I get the woman, the female of the species is sort of.
But yeah, I think I'd be a good gorilla leader. I mean, I'd try. I'd learn quickly, I think. Like, I'm not saying I'd be an expert right away, but I think I'd be willing to learn. I'd let the babies ride on my back and stuff. I think that's the biggest draw for me. Because, like, they're so big and massive and, like, just could tear you apart if they wanted to. But they eat like berries and stuff and like lay in the grass, and that's awesome. I mean, they're probably like very scary, but you know, I don't know.
You're right. They don't rip other things apart and eat them.
Really. They just eat like berries and bamboo and their own poop and whatever. Chimps are terrifying, but gorillas, you know.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if gorillas ran around. Like, what are the countries where the chimps all run around? Japan and stuff like that, where it's like.
Well, the ones that are scary, the ones that have like turf wars, that's like in like Africa, I think. Like the chimps that are like, it's like gang wars. Like they'll just roll up on another group of chimps and just eat them, and they don't even like eat meat. I don't know, but they'll just like. They'll like rip their arms off and like jump rope with them and stuff. Like
so they kill for territory. And they get a certain weird joy out of it.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah. Or an orangutan.
Although I was a cat 3 minutes ago, so I could rip apart a bird.
You haven't changed yet, have you? You're still a cat.
I'm trying to think. What do gorillas have to defend themselves against? I guess like they're not the king of the jungle, so they're. Is there something eating gorilla? Like are lions attacking gorilla and eating them? That would be a fucking cool video to see.
What are gorillas' predators? Predators, leopards and crocodiles are large carnivores which may prey upon gorillas. Humans are the greatest threat to all gorilla populations, though.
Of course, we're the greatest threat to all of them, including us. Is there a video of like an alligator taking on a gorilla or something like that? That's like a little miniature Godzilla versus King Kong.
Yeah.
Right?
It is. Crocodile, yeah.
Or what'd you say the other one was? A cheetah?
Leopards.
A leopard?
Leopards. Yeah. But like, I feel like a leopard's got one shot. Like if he misses, the gorilla's just gonna.
That's what I mean. That might be.
Like
that shit. Do you really have a video of a crocodile eating a gorilla?
I think so. No, I wouldn't want to watch that.
It has to put up a fight. That has to be a great fight.
Okay, so I think this is all CGI'd.
Oh,
animals.
Come on. I want to see like a real version.
It's
in the wild? Why can't I see that? Nature Channel has that kind of shit all the time.
No, this is really funny, actually.
All right, we'll put it on the screen.
Okay.
I want to laugh at this.
I'll put it on there. This is ridiculous. Man, I really miss like this era of TV. Like 2005, like welcome back to World's Wildest. Like I miss that era of TV, man. Just like 2 p.m. kind of stuff.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
All right, I'll show you.
Afternoon television in 2005? Wasn't that just soap operas?
No, not if you click on the right thing. I wish this TV would work.
BAM!
The sound effect.
So, why does the gorilla win this face-off?
Because it snapped its back? How about that?
See, like this type of TV, man, it was just a different era. They don't show stuff like this anymore. It's all Pawn Stars and Alaska Zoo Amish people, Bush Alaska Pawn Shop renovators. You don't get
Damn! Oh, that's how you got to do it. Remember I was talking about a dog attacking you?
Yeah.
I would have never thought of that.
Punch it in the back.
Oh, that's my thing now. That's my thing now, right?
You're waiting.
My go-to thought was to jam this part of my arm all the way into the mouth as far as I could, like back into the throat area, or to just yes.
Yeah.
But that break in the back thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like that.
Also you would need the strength of an actual gorilla to do that.
Yeah. I can flip a tire. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
you think I can't break a pit bull's back? Come on. I like how I just say I can do things that obviously I couldn't.
Yeah, Pitbull would not let you just roll up on him like that.
Dude, I thought it was going to be like a fight, you know what I mean? But so that the gorilla wouldn't stand a chance if the leopard jumped on his back and started biting at his throat.
Yeah.
But you could do like a flying, couldn't you? If you could think, the problem is if your brain can think during that stuff.
Yeah. Which like it might go on like autopilot. Like your survival adrenaline stuff probably kicks in if a leopard is jumping at you.
I would feel like I would be total panic and like, it's on me, somebody. You know what I mean? Instead of instantly being like, all right, what do I do? Figure out some sort of flying backdrop that smashes it or something. You know what I mean? Like
tombstone it.
I'd be probably in too much pain and surprise. Like that's why you got to, I don't know.
I feel like there's some primal thing that would kick in. I mean, I'm not saying you'd live. But I mean, like, there's something like your ancestors, like it goes, like it's like that's so Raven.
Okay.
Like, you know, like, I'm not saying, and then like
that's a lot of hope in your DNA.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you'd live, but I'm saying you'd like try. I don't think, and I mean, obviously you might run, but I feel like there's something in us that we could.
If I ever get attacked by a leopard, the thing that will snap my DNA into acting will not be my ancestors thing. It will be, I saw that video where there's a way to do it. And that will be the thing that pops into my head.
And it'll do that.
Yeah, I won't maybe not be able to do it, but it's like, now that I've thought of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think you are a massive oversight is that you don't have the strength of a gorilla. That you won't snap its back. You'll just piss it off before it bites you. Yeah.
Maybe.
Can you imagine having the strength to stop a leopard leaping leopard midair? Like already, like that thing could dunk on you.
Well, I'm assuming I'm taking a punch going in. You know what I mean? It's getting me down. So I got to go down. But I'm also going to try to throw punches into its gut and stuff. You know what I mean? And nail get some sort of organ, and then try to jam a big bone into its mouth to stop it from. But that's just.
That might be the move, because like I don't think leopards are gonna stay in a fight long. I don't think they're known for endurance. I think it's like,
Yes.
Like all at once, and then they're like, all right, I'm gone.
I got to give whatever I got.
Tactics,
I got to give whatever I got. So if I don't got gorilla strength or whatever, kind of hoping the ancestral DNA, what's the adrenaline will kick in, and I'll have at least like a monkey strength. You know what I mean? Something. Or my max strength. Like, you know, if people can lift cars with a baby under it, I should be able to snap a leopard's back in the heat of the battle. Right?
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Picture your son in the leopard's mouth, like, help me, Dad.
Yeah. But I tell you, man, I'd be yelling at him about, like, I told him 5 minutes ago that we needed to leave. I would find a way to be like, I told you so. All right, let me see if I can get you out of this.
I can get you out of this.
Yes. And I would tell him to do something like, all right, run. He'd be like, I don't do which way do I do? What difference does it make? Like, you know, like.
I'd love to see Cave Tom man. Would you be a hunter or a gatherer? Be honest. I'd be a gatherer. I can't see red very well.
Are there a lot of red animals that you need to?
Well, I'm saying like I couldn't track blood.
Well, you couldn't be a gatherer either. We can't be eating red berries.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to kill everybody.
Maybe I'd just like sharpen the tools or something. The spears. I'd make spears.
You'd be a weapons manufacturer?
Well, I mean, what else are you going to do?
I don't know. I'm asking you. I'm not saying that's a terrible plan. You could garden. You could.
That's true. Yeah, I'd probably garden. I'd make a hoe or something.
Yeah. You can get a better chance of making a hoe if you're the leader. Come on.
Oh, why did I alley-oop that to you?
I did the actual worst hoe joke that I could think of.
Alley-ooped that to you. Kobe and Shaq. I just gave that to you.
Yes.
Hunter-gatherer, though. What would you do?
They have a car inside the building?
That is a leopard roaring.
Oh, okay.
They wanted to test your theory you were talking about. They heard it, so they're going to let it loose at one point during this podcast without telling you.
So how have you felt about the week?
You're ignoring my question. Hunter or
What was the question?
Hunter or gatherer? It's kind of like a combination. Which would you rather do, and which do you think you have the skill set?
I don't want to do either. I don't know. I'd do whatever I had to do. How about that? I'd probably be more of a...
And this isn't some like weird male...
I don't know. Whatever I was best at. Coach, just use me however you need me, is what I would be. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You just take one for the team. If they need a guy to go, I don't know, pick through gorilla poop for seeds, you'd be the guy?
I'd be the guy.
Yeah.
If they need me to go kill the gorilla, I would figure out a way, you know what I mean? My weapon would be another dude that's stronger than me.
Yeah.
But, especially at this point in my life.
Yeah.
But I would, you know, I'd try to help come up with plans and whatever I needed to do.
You'd be a scheme
whatever
guy.
I got to do to help my group make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I could do a hunter thing. If we're like in a group, I feel like I could do that. Like just the homies, like a group thing. Like I run for a little bit, he runs for a little bit. I could maybe do that. But like when it comes to trail, I'd be like, all right, get the guy with the good eyes.
Yeah, I want to be able to criticize whatever everybody else did. Like, you know, I want to be the guy that's sort of like, hey, this is all you brought us back?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That kind. I want to be that guy.
This is it. Then they'd eat you. There were people like you, and then that's why tribes turn into cannibals, because there were so many like you.
Yes. This asshole that won't go hunt, we're fucking eating him tomorrow. Yeah. That's enough for everybody.
Or maybe I'd be those Arctic monkeys that chill.
The band? The band?
No, I mean, I like the band. But I'd be like the ones in Japan that like chill in the natural springs, like the natural sauna thing. I'd be like, that looks nice. No, like grooming. I love the community. I think I like the communal thing about monkeys and apes. They're just like chilling together. We out here. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I want that many other people around me.
Yeah?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because you already kind of do.
I don't know. It's a lot of loud fucking, you know what I mean? It's like having somebody that's 8 people around you at all times that are constantly talking and going, hey, hey, hey.
They're warning you about danger and
fucking
food.
Loud, man. It's like, have you ever been in somebody's house that has a pet bird?
Yeah.
Birds are wonderful outside.
They sure are.
Inside they're okay, but then they start, that chirping, yeah, that shit is loud when they're inside. That's a pretty good bird.
Thanks.
Shut the fuck up, Seth.
Yeah. My aunt and uncle, they have a African gray parrot named Buzzy. He's like almost 20. I think he's my age, but he's a pretty cool bird. He'll like say stuff. He'll like mimic a landline phone that nobody. It's like listening to the past.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he's a great historian. This bird, and he'll like imitate my aunt, like kind of scolding like my cousins, like Jacob, sit down. Sydney, leave him alone. Leave Sydney alone. Like that.
It's amazing how they can do the voices, too.
Mm-hmm. Or like my cousin, she'd do like this.
They don't just talk, they do impressions.
Yeah, she would like do the scream because she knew it would get my cousin Jake in trouble. Like that when she was little. And then the parrot will do it now. Like
That's great.
Yeah.
There used to be a parrot in a friend of ours' house when I was a kid. Did I tell you that story about the parrot and the monkey going crazy?
No.
This veterinarian, this old vet.
Yeah.
He did exotic animals and regular animals, had a farm.
Yeah.
And anyway, we were friends with them and their family. And they had a parrot that could do the voices of everybody basically in the house.
Yeah.
You know? And you'd open the door and a little bell would ring and the parrot would go, shut the damn door, you know, whatever. It was great. It was in a cage right here. And then at some point, they had a monkey also, like a small monkey that was in a cage, and they put them next, like the parrot and the monkey were here in this big bay window thing.
Yeah.
Shut the damn door. And then the monkey just fucking hated the parrot and be trying to reach for it. Anyway, over time, I think the parrot drove the monkey crazy, or the monkey was already crazy beforehand.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you're over there and the monkey is now chained to a tree in the backyard. And we're out there throwing a frisbee or football or whatever, and it's like anything, any ball or whatever that gets within the circumference of the monkey, that's it. That's the monkeys.
Yeah.
Don't get near the monkey. And then you could see, and somehow I like to go, he runs in his chain.
Course.
You know?
Yeah.
And then at one point, sometime we're sitting in the house, all of us are having lunch or something, and then all of a sudden the door opens from the garage or whatever, and the monkey comes fucking strolling in, right? and there's just panic in the parents' faces, right? And then it comes in, it climbs up the back of like my sister's chair or whatever, and then there's some moment where it climbs down and everybody's quiet, and it climbs down and starts walking away, and the mother's like, okay, everybody get up slowly and go. And the whole family just broke. And the monkey and they get out the French doors and slam them, and it's like this whole glass wall. And then the two kids run for the garage, and one of them gets out and then shuts the door behind him because he's afraid. So the other one has to duck into a bathroom, which doesn't lock.
Oh no, he abandoned it.
Yeah.
Oh no, never mind.
So he ducks into the bathroom as it's going by, and then that door doesn't shut, so he's got to open a drawer partway because the monkey's fucking going after it, you know. And then everybody else is on the other side. Anyway, the whole, like the yelling back and forth and the chaos and the monkey just flinging chairs and opening the refrigerator, just like going berserk. And then the parrot's yelling the whole time, like at the kid, like Jeb. And then Jeb's like, what? Like, and the mom's trying to do the same thing to find out if he's okay. And he's and the parrot's doing an impression of the mother and the kid, and it's yelling back and forth. It is just fucking chaos. This is hilarious. Like, it gets quiet and you don't know who's talking.
Because if it's the parrot or them, the parrot's like, they're having conversations with the parrot thinking it's the mom.
And vice versa. Like the kid, they're not sure if it's the kid yelling or the parrot talking. And so the mom's answering. It's like this whole, Jeb, what? They fucking just shut the fuck up, whatever the parrot's name is, Jimmy or whatever it is, you know? And
shut the damn door.
Yes. And the monkey's just getting more like, and then the father just comes walking in like
he doesn't know.
Well, he's the kid that had escaped out the kitchen, out the door and locked his brother in, ran like whatever it is, like over the hill and a blah 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 over to, because there were no cell phones then, to get to where the dad's sort of office was in the barn or whatever, where he's working with the horses or whatever. Yeah. And so then the dad comes back and he just comes walking in, like, you know, and maybe he grabbed one out of the freezer in the garage, but he just grabs like a popsicle and he comes walking in. He's like, and the monkey comes over and he gives him the popsicle, blah, 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 hooks him on the leash, and it's over. It's all anticlimactic, but it was like.
I'd love him walking in, not knowing, just,
to
unwind
holy
for
fuck.
the day. And there's a monkey just sitting at the dinner table. Because, you know, they do that side-eye thing.
And I think they had to put the monkey down or something. Like, I don't, what do you do? You know what I'm saying?
I guess, could he not like live in the wild? Why was he there?
I never got to the bottom of it. I was a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would never ask. Well, what's the ethic? What are the ethics here? I'm just like, dude, you have a monkey in your backyard. And like when you're a kid, it's like,
yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
And the bird it was so funny to hear the bird curse.
That sounds like a comic, like a Sunday comic or something. Like, shut the damn door.
Yeah.
The monkey hates him. Or a Nickelodeon show.
Yeah, they had huge like exotic goldfish like in a pond like when you came up to go into the house too.
Yeah.
So it was like they just had all this weird stuff, you know?
That's the house. Everybody has that one friend growing up that has the house. It's like, this is great.
Yeah, it was like it was like a zoo.
Yeah, it was the hangout spot.
Yeah, I don't know how much we hung there, but it was because we'd sort of go over there with my mom when she'd go over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was crazy. The Rands. Jeb Rand is the only one whose name I can really remember.
Yeah, Jeb.
Yes. Jeb, what? Jeb. Shut the damn door.
I'd vote for that, Jeb. If Jeb Bush had a monkey, I'd have voted for him.
Jeb was supposed to be the president.
Yeah.
Like that was how it was set up, right? To be like Jeb would win, and then Jeb fucked around and lost like a Senate race or something, like coming out of being governor, or he lost a Senate race and then had to become governor, I think.
Yeah.
And so they were like, so somehow George took off. Man, there was a writer, Molly Ivins, this great political writer out of Texas. That's the first one of those I ever read, like how much she would make fun of George Bush. She called him Shrubya, because when he was running in Texas, he tried to like use, put a lot of his stuff in Spanish and stuff.
Yeah.
And they took the actual translation of Bush, which was shrub, and they used that as like his name written in Spanish.
Yeah, George Bush would speak Spanish.
Yeah, huh?
Necesitos, yo quiero Taco Bell.
You do it, George Bush.
Of course,
and not only that, you just did you went back to that time for the Yokiro reference. I'm
telling you, man, early 2000s. That's when I first became sentient, so pretty left a lasting impression on me. My mom actually talked to George Bush one time. She shook his hand. I shook George Bush's hand when I was a kid.
Big Bush or little Bush?
Little Bush.
Shrub.
Shrubya. Yeah. Shrubya. I shook his hand when I was a kid. Because he came to Charleston, West Virginia, and my mom wanted to go see him. My mom loved George Bush.
What
Still
for?
loves George Bush.
The way he handled 9/11?
No. Well, yes, that. If like they show like a clip from the Yankees game where he throws the first pitch, like it's waterworks for her. She loves George Bush. I wonder,
did she love him before that, like when he was running? Because
the big thing was she's very pro-life, and George Bush was very pro-life as well. So mom liked that.
Unless you count everybody's life.
Yeah. Unless you count the lives of people that live in Iraq. But anyway,
yes.
Sorry, Mom.
Yes.
It's true. But
I make him say these things.
Yeah. But I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. She shook his hand, and she said, "Thank you for being a champion of the unborn." And then he said, he like leaned in and said, "Did you hear of our victory yesterday?" to my mom. And my mom like melted.
Because she had heard of the victory? No.
Yes, she did. I don't remember what it was. It was some pro-life.
I think he was just talking about the Texas Rangers.
He was talking about the Rangers game.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
They beat the White Sox in the night.
Hear victory. Yeah, he's talking about the Rangers. That's funny. But I shook his hand. He didn't see me. He was like walking down the steps, and I was like 8, and I just kind of like reached for his hand and grabbed it.
That's kind of cool, though,
yeah,
I guess.
I didn't get tased by Secret Service or anything.
That's the first curse word I ever said in front of my mom.
Son of a bitch?
Yeah.
Why'd you say it?
Did I say?
She said, "Who are you?" Or did you hit your thumb?
I think she called me a son of a bitch. Maybe I think
so then why was it such a big deal
I pointed out to her, and I think that's not it. I think one time I did point out to her, she called me the son of a bitch, and I was like, well, who am I the son of, right? That got me in trouble.
Yeah.
And then,
well, she did walk right into that one.
Yeah, she did. And then I think it was either that, I called a wasp that. I didn't even realize it was it was a bad thing. I was that young where I was like, where's that son of a bitch? And it was like my sister and my mom both sort of froze, and I was like, did I just, like, it didn't occur to me that there was something wrong.
You did it like Vince McMahon. Where's that son of a bitch?
Yeah. It's one of those where you don't get in trouble because you're obviously so young you don't know. Yeah, it's weird, some of the weird memories like that. I think there's a few memories that I had, not few, but.
Yeah, I remember always knowing, I don't really remember not knowing curse words. I think I always knew. I was like, not supposed to say that kind of thing, because my parents didn't cuss. So it was like, oh, those are the words I'm not supposed to say. And
people pick what their cuss words are, too.
Yeah, Mom didn't like us saying, this was before I was born, she didn't like my brother Aaron saying fart. She didn't like fart. And then my brother would come home
that's why you like it so much.
Yeah, my brother would come home from like nursery or Sunday school or something and be like, Brett said the F word. And then Brett's mom would be with Mom and be like, Brett said what? And it was fart. And my mom had to be like, no, he means fart.
But so she could say it.
I guess so, yeah. Well, I mean, now we can say it.
Right.
The long walk to freedom.
Now, she come around on fart, or is she come around on fart, or she no longer thinks it's a curse word?
She's around on fart.
Okay.
She's good on fart now.
She doesn't make her cringe like, I wish my boys wouldn't say that.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to say shut up. Or maybe it was shut up. We weren't allowed to say shut up. And then the kid was like, shut up or whatever. And my brother Aaron said, he said the S word, and she thought it was shit. But it was shut up.
You know what word was the worst word in my mind for my son to say?
Yeah.
Can't. I would get mad at him if he said
corny
can't.
Mother.
That's true, though. It's so corny, but it's true. I did do that. Like, don't say that word. Think of something else. I did that for a while. Like
Cannot.
that.
You just said like contractions.
I told him I would rather him say fuck than can't. Right? Isn't that stupid? It's like
Son,
I raised him off a Tony Robbins tape I heard as somebody drove by me once.
You guys can't say fuck. You don't say can't, but you can't say fuck. I'm Tony Robbins. don't say fuck, holy.
Actually, it came from.
I have no problem with Tony Robbins, but he does kind of sound like it. I'm sure he's changed a lot of people's lives.
It was because of Danny Bevins.
Yeah.
Danny Bevins had a joke. I have some things in my life that are from other comics jokes that I used as parenting.
Yeah?
Yeah. Can't was one of them. Danny used to do a bit about how many dreams it's destroyed and how many blah, blah, blah. That was actually back when I had a real belief in, like, we create things with our words and what we speak.
What do you mean you don't think that now?
I do, but I stopped. I have to I don't believe it like I did, and I sort of dropped that sort of belief somehow over the last 15, 20 years, you know?
Yeah, you don't believe in manifestation.
But now all the stuff, like all the stuff that you see now, this manifestation stuff, that's like stuff I really used to like. It's like, this is the way, you know?
Yeah.
And then so I'm getting back to that, I think.
I think self-talk is something I am just now learning. And a lot of it is from Eric, too. Like, I'd be like, oh, you son of a bitch, to myself. And it's like, I would never talk to my friends that way.
Right.
And I think that's changed a lot of how I react to things and myself. Because, like, I don't really get mad at people. I get mad at inanimate objects and myself. So I feel like that kind of self-talk is like, it allows you to kind of forgive yourself.
Right.
Which in a way makes you want to do better. It's not like, oh, okay, I ate everything and now my wife doesn't have anything to eat. Forgive yourself. I mean, like, it makes you forgive yourself so then you can forgive others, and then it's like a chain reaction kind of thing. Not to sound kumbaya or corny or anything, but I think self-talk is one of the most overlooked things not mental health. I mean, but you know what I mean in that.
What would you say mental health wise it is if I do a lot of like arguing out loud in my car, like
what are you
arguing fucking about? Blah blah blah, like not fucking blah blah blah, but that's sort of like how about if maybe you just don't pretend that this thing is wrong when you know it's because you're holding on to a reason. Like I'll have like a thing like that, and I would never say that out loud to my wife or to whoever the person at the store. Whatever.
So you're talking to yourself, or
I'm sort of talking to somebody else, like having the argument.
I don't think that's good.
No?
Because have you ever talked to someone who you can tell they're halfway through a conversation that you weren't a part of? It's like, wait a second, what? And you form these assumptions in your head.
Oh yeah,
about it. And then it's
I don't have the whole argument. I just get what my little corner of resentment. I sort of spew it out, and then it's gone. Like, okay, that's not a way you even really think. You know what I mean? Like.
I don't know. I'm not a mental health professional.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I feel like you shouldn't act on those things.
You don't act on them. That's why you're not
That's
acting
true.
on
You
them.
kind of let it pass through, is what you're saying.
Yeah, like those sort of resentful thoughts that you have about somebody or other people or an argument that you're having. It's like I just sort of get them out instead of
as
just
long as you
keeping
don't
them
dwell on them, you
Yeah.
know.
So fart.
It's a fart. Yeah.
Fart was a bad word. Can't for me was another one
That's
that got
so
me.
corny.
Yeah, it's not corny.
It's
like
corny.
That is like that it is instills.
Okay, it's a good
I
thing.
can accomplish things.
It's a good thing that you say, okay, telling your son to believe in himself, not corny. Saying, getting mad at him for saying can't. Like,
I don't know if I
We
got.
don't say that in this house.
I didn't get mad. I just
Yeah.
would like, dude, we don't. That's not a good word. Don't
Yeah.
use that word. Pick another word. He wouldn't get in trouble for saying it. You know.
Okay.
Maybe he did. I don't know. He didn't
If
get
your
in a
son
lot.
says can't,
He didn't get in a
you
lot
don't.
of trouble as a kid. He didn't really.
Yeah,
Unless,
he seems like a good boy.
Yeah, he didn't like. You know, the hardest punishment we had to give him was maybe take a toy away and put it in the attic. You know?
Yeah.
And we would never take like a good toy. It would always be like one of the C+ toys.
Yeah.
You know?
C-list.
All right,
yeah.
blah blah blah. C-list toys going in the attic for 3 days, and now suddenly he wants that thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. That's like you attach. Yeah, he's attaching meaning to it because you can't have it.
Yeah. So that's sort of the
It might be good.
timeout we hardly ever had to use. It'd be like, you want something's going to go in the attic.
So
It would
you didn't
never.
spank.
We never even threatened to be like,
Yeah.
you know, one sock's going in the attic. It was never like his
Yeah.
most important thing.
You never spanked.
No. One time I hit him through a diaper like that.
Yeah.
Because I told him, he kept.
He
like,
said, get up and walk, son. And he said, I can't.
Yeah. And
and
I was
then
like, you can't say can't. You know.
and it was his first word.
Yeah.
His first word was can't. You go,
We don't say that.